friends. Welcome to ThinkerViews podcasts, where we share our book reviews with you. The readers of layered, complicated mysteries are familiar with author Robert Goddard's works, which have been tantalizing readers since publication of his very first book, Past Caring. We have reviewed some of his works here at ThinkerViews platforms, including The Ways of the World series. And in 2020, he published a detective fiction mystery novel that is titled The Fine Art of Invisible Detection, featuring a middle-aged Japanese woman who prefers to blend in the backgrounds. We have been enjoying this series, and in this podcast, we are sharing the book review for The Fine Art of Invisible Detection. So let us take a look at the cover page of this book. It follows the minimalistic theme that was seen on some other murder mystery detective series published in last few years. The background is made of primary colors red and orange, and a black shadowy person holds a white banner showing the title of the book spelled in white, orange, red, and black colors. A cast of shadowy characters move around the backdrop of the city at the bottom, under which the author's name is outlined. An attractive cover page reflecting the times it was published in, and setting the basis and the framework for all the future cover pages that will be part of this series. Let's discuss the storyline. Umiko Wada works for a private detective agency based in Tokyo. A middle-aged woman who now sees herself as Wada instead of Miss Umiko or Miss Wada, she is quite at peace with her life. Then Mimori Takinaga comes to Kodaka Detective Agency with a request to meet a man called Martin Caldwell in London. Martin has some information to share about Mimori Takinaga's father, who allegedly committed suicide nearly 40 years ago. As Wada is fluent in English, they decide to send Wada to London for the meeting. When Wada arrives in London, she has a message waiting for her to call their detective firm's lawyer. He has bad news. Kodaka-san was killed by a hit-and-run driver while she was traveling, and it was not an accident. Kodaka left a file with the lawyer for Wada. The lawyer's message is clear. This trip is dangerous. Better walk away now, although he agrees to send the file to London. Wada goes ahead to keep his appointment with Caldwell, but he doesn't show up. Next day, she travels to his home address and breaks into his flat. While there, she is attacked by a Japanese man. Wada fights back, and when the noise attracts the neighbors and police, the attacker runs away. Wada is taken to hospital, where the retired journalist Barry Holgate pays her a visit. Barry gives her the background of events that happened 40 years ago, involving 8 resident students who shared a house. Looks like another chain of events have started that involve the same people and now their offspring, including Nick Miller. Nick is an art teacher whose Easter break has turned into an unforeseen mission and journey to the past after a phone call from Martin Caldwell. When Wada checks herself out of the hospital and returns to her hotel, she finds that her room has been broken in and items she put in hotel safe are stolen. She waits long enough to receive her file, sent from Japan, and then takes off on a dangerous journey It sees her visit New York, Reykjavik, Rotterdam, and back to England. She survives multiple attacks and is lucky enough to see the full chain of events to the end. But how long will her luck last? How many people will continue to become collateral damage and lose their lives in this dangerous game? You may need to read the book to find the answers to this question. And let's now discuss our thoughts and review for the book. When I picked up this book for reading, I expected a detective novel based on the title, the blurb in first few pages. But it is well and truly in line with other Robert Goddard books, which are known for their layered mysteries laced with conspiracy theories and a twist behind every turn. And as enjoyable as it is to follow the trail of 8 students sharing a house in 1970s and making life-changing choices as we travel through Japan, England, and Iceland, I still enjoyed the characterization of Umiko Wada the most in this story. She wasn't going to do what was easiest, or at least in the short term safest. She was going to do what in all circumstances she judged to be best, because that was her nature. And fighting against her nature was, as she well knew, futile. She is a woman at peace with her life, and yet when life goes through such changes and predicaments in matter of mere days, she finds resilience and resourcefulness that has always been under the surface. I liked her love of languages and literature and how she carries a favorite book with her through all the troubling events, wondering about the nature of the tale and translation. She had bought an English translation of her favorite novel, Sasame Yuki, by Junichiro Tanizaki, to read on the plane. The title in English was The Makioka Sisters, which didn't capture any of the elusive subtlety of the Japanese original. Understandably, the translator had failed to find any way to convey in English what the word Sasame Yuki, lightly falling snow, conjured up for a Japanese reader. Rest of the characters are there to support the tale and are written no differently from the previous works by the author. There is a wide variety of nationality, professions, capabilities, and some stereotyping. I think the following line sums up most of the divisions that drive conflicts. The true division of mankind, not male and female, not black and white, not even rich and poor, but the right people and the wrong people. Secret in the background includes military secret, poisonous gases, the need for every generation to fight for a better world. There is also the representation of current climate crisis and how that can be utilized for monetary gain by certain groups. The book is fast, readable, and will be enjoyed by fans of the author. But I did find it a bit light on the detailing in spaces. In summary, it is an entertaining, interesting tale featuring a new detective who solves more than a murder mystery, and probably will come back for more adventures in the next books by the author. ThinkerViews rating for this book is around 8 stars out of 10. Please do let us know if you enjoy reading detective fiction, if you enjoy listening to book reviews in the podcast. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Please also let us know if there is any detective fiction that you have enjoyed reading and would like us to read and review at ThinkerViews platforms. And until the next time, thank you for listening.